Hey, what's up everybody? It's David McGill, and in today's video we'll be talking about 4 ways you can track your trucking business revenue and expenses. We'll also talk about the pros and cons of each way, as well as what data you should be tracking. Now before we begin, I want to start off with the question, why is proper tracking of your revenue and expenses important? Well, the first reason is it helps guide decision making. If you don't understand your numbers and know how much you're bringing in versus how much you're paying out, it's going to be very difficult for you to make decisions about your business. The next reason is it prevents underpayments and overpayments of your taxes. Because your tax calculations are based on the profits from your business, if you don't have your profits calculated correctly, then you'll ultimately not have your tax payments calculated correctly as well. Now, the first bookkeeping tool we'll go over is the Shoebox Method. Now, with the Shoebox Method, you literally just have a shoebox and you're just stuffing it full of all your invoices and receipts that you come across. Now, this is a method that I see most new trucking business owners go with, and that's because it is the easiest to maintain, and you don't really have to do a whole lot but just throw your receipts in the shoebox. Now, this is least recommended by me because of the accuracy. There's no way that you can possibly know that you're tracking everything that you need to based on the receipts you're stuffing in that shoebox. Also, another big issue that I have with the Shoebox Method is it does not allow for you to make decisions in real time because you don't know what your revenues and expenses are on a daily, weekly, or even monthly basis. So the Shoebox Method is one of the most common methods that I see with new trucking businesses. However, it's the one that is least recommended by me. Now, the next bookkeeping tool that I see most common with experienced owner operators is the notebook method. Now, in the notebook method, you literally just use a tablet, and line by line, you're just filling out every expense and every time you've collected a payment from a broker or a shipper. And that is a way that I've seen most experienced owner operators operating their business. The pros to this method is it's easy to maintain. Like, simply all you need is a notebook. And then it's also more organized than the Shoebox Method because you have all your information right there on each page, line by line. The drawback to the notebook method is it's a very tedious and manual process. Because you are manually filling out every transaction in your business, it leaves a lot of room for error. You may omit something, or as you're going through your calculations, you may key in a number incorrectly on your calculator as you're coming up with your total revenue and total expenses. Now, the third tool we'll go over is the Spreadsheet Method. Now, this method is most commonly used by owner non-operators. The common spreadsheet services that people use are Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. The pros to using the spreadsheet method are they're easy to follow, they're organized, and then they calculate automatically. So there's less room for error when it comes to calculation issues. The downside to the spreadsheet method is it requires the use of a computer and also spreadsheet skills. So if you're somebody out there who is not very computer savvy, or don't really know your way around a spreadsheet, then the spreadsheet method could become pretty problematic for you. Now, the fourth bookkeeping tool, as well as my personal favorite, is accounting software. Now, the benefits to using accounting software are it's most accurate, it's automated, the softwares can connect to your bank accounts, and it also provides a lot of analytical reporting tools to help you manage your business. Now, the downside to using accounting software is it requires an understanding of accounting principles, and it's very easy to mess up if you lack those skills. Now, before I go over what data you should be tracking with these tools, I first want to shout out today's video sponsor, Shell Rotella. Just like these tracking tools help you keep your books in order, Shell Rotella's heavy-duty engine oils help you keep your trucks in order. Using the right oil in your trucks, like the T6 synthetic, can help you keep your maintenance expenses down, which of course increases your business profits. Now, if you want to get more out of your money, you should check out the link in the description to see where you can find Shell Rotella's products. Now that we have an understanding of how important it is to track your business revenue and expenses, I'm now going to give you an example of the things you should be tracking in your business. Now, the 4 pieces of information that you want to record on every transaction is the date that the transaction was made, the name of the vendor or the customer, the amount that was paid or received, as well as the category. So here's a sample ledger, for illustration purposes, where you can see here's 4 transactions. So if you're operating your trucking business, here's the type of information that you want to have, and here's how you want to have it organized. So we can see on January 21st, there was a transaction at the pilot where $50 was spent on supplies. The next day, there was a transaction involving JB Hunt, which that is where you were paid from JB Hunt, and that amount that you received was $1,000, and we know that that's the revenue category. The day after that, KeepTruckin, the expense was $35, and it was for ELD. And on the last day of the month, you made an insurance payment to Progressive in the amount of $1,500. So now at the end of every month, you'll sit down and you'll calculate how much you spent in each of those categories. So in this example, there is only one transaction per category, but if you have multiple, you should have multiple revenue transactions, as well as fuel and other things like that. That at the end of the month, you're basically going to want to total up all of those amounts to come up with your monthly profit numbers. Now, hopefully you find this video helpful. If there's anything you want to add, let me know in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share with anybody else who could use this information. And as always, thanks again for watching.